When it comes to 6-inch Hulkbusters, I do have to say, these are the only two I have, and they haven't really made any more than this. But it's pretty much a matter of what do you want out of them? Well, clearly, like, oh, if you want the movie one, go for the Build-A-Figure. If you want a comic one, go for the Toy Biz or the Marvel Select. It's really, really interesting to see the different approaches that different toy companies have taken with the Hulkbuster. Now, I don't have the Toy Biz one, quite frankly, because the Marvel Select is pretty much a very similar design, and I don't really like the Toy Biz aesthetic. But I really want to compare these two, at least, and just kind of take a look at what each one has going on and what each one doesn't have going on. It's pretty much just a matter of this one has this that this doesn't, and this one has this that this doesn't. It's really, really difficult for me to pick a favorite, but I'm going in this having picked a favorite, and I'm pretty sure my opinion is not going to change at the end of the video. So, let's go on with the first Hulkbuster that was released out of these two, and I'm pretty sure that was the Marvel Select. So build a figure, you get out of here. So, the Marvel Select comic Hulkbuster is pretty heavy. He's fairly heavy, fairly chunky. Certainly has the look. He does have a couple aesthetic issues, though, in my opinion. This head, it's sunken down way too far into the body, and you can't even see all of the head, just like this. His mouth is completely covered. And also, his head is very hard to work with the articulation. I mean, it spins a little bit, but sometimes it goes down way too far. Like, this is actually the best it's worked for me in quite some time. But see, like, I pushed it down too far, and now it doesn't really want to turn anymore. So, I'm trying to get it back, and it's not getting back. This head is very, very difficult to work with. Uh, it's certainly the worst part of the figure by far. And, yeah, the other's head certainly is a lot better than this. Also, just the comic design, it's pretty much like, oh, do you like the comic design or do you not like the comic design? Me personally, I do like the comic design, but when it comes down to design, it's pretty much just, you know, which day are you feeling? You feeling a comic day or a movie day? So, looking at the details on the Marvel Select, certainly tons and tons of metallic silver, gold, and red paint all over this thing. I'm pretty sure every single inch of this figure is coated in paint, and I have not noticed anything like chipping coming off of the paint. It's very, very nicely painted and detailed. You can even see that spine there and the little knobs there. I don't know what this hole is for. I really don't know. It almost looks like something is missing from it, but I'm pretty sure that's just the design. Tubes on the top, which I don't really like that. They just seem like very fragile things that are gonna like break off if he actually starts fighting the Hulk, and I can see them being very vital bits to the Hulkbuster. So I'm probably gonna blame the comic artist for that odd design choice, but the figure itself is very, very nicely done. You already saw how the head is on a swivel. Shoulders move very nicely. Also has a bicep swivel and an elbow swivel. Shoulder pads are on dual ball joints, so those move around any which way you want. Elbows are very, very tight, and with all these sharp angles on the arm, it actually hurts sometimes to articulate his elbows, but they bend in pretty far. He's got one repulsor hand and one non-repulsor hand. Pretty nice articulation there. The waist is really, really nice. Really, really like this waist joint. Legs, pretty nice. Knee bend, really nice. Ankle pivot, really nice. I'm going to say overall the leg articulation on both of them is pretty much the same. But yeah, the comic Hulkbuster from Marvel Select, the Disney Store exclusive, it certainly, it gets my vote for probably the best comic Hulkbuster figure, but I'm not sure about a best Hulkbuster figure because, well, number one, I mean, SH Figure Arts is a thing that exists, but I'm never going to get that. This is the Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster from Avengers Age of Ultron. And clearly, you can see different aesthetic here, completely different designs. And it's pretty much a matter of which design do you like. And also, how much are you willing to pay? Because this thing, you can buy this for 20, 25 bucks at the Disney Store. This guy, you have to buy 7 $15 to $20 action figures to complete it. Yeah, how much does that total to? I honestly don't want to know, but I think it's about 100 bucks. And it's, yeah, that's a thing that happened. So yeah, this is nice. Really, really nice. Some bits of the coloration, like on the back here, that gold is just plastic gold, and on the arms here, just plastic. But a lot of painted gold all over this thing, and it looks very, very nice. Really do like the painted gold and painted silver. However, the red is just the flat color of the plastic. However, if you actually compare how this is reflecting the light compared to this one, it's pretty much the same. You can just tell with just different textures on the reflections that this is a metallic red and this is a flat red, just given the textures that are actually pretty hard to notice. Overall, when it comes to just the character designs, I do prefer the movie Hulkbuster, and it just looks a lot beefier, it's a lot chunkier, and it's a lot bigger. Going on the articulation on this guy, his head is not hindered whatsoever. It can look up, it can look down, it can look side to side, it can look up and to the side, which, yep, that means he can pretty much pull off a very nice ground pound pose. His arms move up very, very far. However, and then bicep swivel as well as an elbow swivel, and the elbow bend is not as good as the Marvel Select, but then again, it doesn't hurt your fingers every single time you try to bend it. Wrists are on ball hinges, so you can get those nice and hinging, and you can swivel them a little bit. Waist articulation, it can move side to side, but it really fights you, and it's really scary, and I don't like it. However, the pivot is very nice side to side. That's not scary. Also, this is not scary. The ab crunch, which is very, very nice. Looking over the rest of the articulation, like I said, the legs are pretty much the same. Move out a lot, move forward quite a bit. Dual hinge knees, which that second hinge is actually very, very tight. There we go. And his ankles are actually very, very impressive. You get his ankles in a weird position and just set them down, just the figure's weight itself will straighten out those ankles. So, yeah, let's get on to the verdict then. The verdict. Oh, jeez. There is a T in that word, JCC2224. You should know that. So, the final verdict, in my opinion. Which Hulkbuster is my favorite? Certainly the Build-A-Figure. Let's just put in the Mark 43 as a comparison. Certainly the Build-A-Figure is my favorite of the two, but that's because I'm an Iron Man movie fan more than anything else, and it was a lot more fun to assemble him and to get him, and his weight is a lot nicer, his bulk is a lot nicer, his posability is great. And the Marvel Select, it's very nice, it's very, very nice, and if you can't afford to build the Hulkbuster BAF, then I'd say totally go for the Select. I know a lot of people have done this video in the past, you know, but I really just wanted to do this myself because I really, really like these Hulkbuster figures, and I actually had this guy in my top 10 figures of 2015 list, and if I would have been able to get him before the end of 2015, he certainly would have replaced him. However, it took me a while to decide that I want to go all in on Iron Man, so I just, I waited to build him. So yeah, guys, that is it with my video. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this comparison between the Marvel Select and the Hasbro Build-A-Figure Hulkbusters. I really enjoyed making it. One more comparison, though, before I go. I should probably compare them to the Hulk himself. This is my only Hulk mold I have, so don't feel like, oh, you could have picked a better one. Yeah, I only have the Age of Ultron mold, and when I say mold, I also do have that Target exclusive 3-pack one. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Have a good day, and as always, suit up, assemble, and just may the force be with you, whatever. Bye.